Kiana Sage here for this month's Being in Sync vibe. I wanted to talk to you this month about what has been going on and some of the biggest learnings, and perhaps some of these will inspire you to make a shift to being more in sync. I want to chat with you about the Relationships in You event. I want to talk with you a little bit about fear, and then I want to speak to you about wellness. So I'll start with wellness because we're in February now, and this is the time where most people really start to fail and fall on their goals. They kind of lose sight. The momentum of the new year is done. For those of you who still have one, great. But I thought what I would share, because I've been asked quite a bit in the last few weeks about, well, what are your wellness tips, Kiana? Like, what is it that you do? So I want to share with you some of the things that I've implemented the last few months. So I've made a lot of changes over the last 6 to 8 months because I'm specifically doing some very specific things about liver. I'm really focused on the liver and my overall well-being because, you know, the liver cleanses everything. But what are some simple things that I do every day? Number one thing that I do, I drink lemon water or lime water every day. Why? That's a great purifier. It's anti-inflammatory, and it feels good. So I drink a lemon water in the morning and a lemon water at night. And yes, I do get up to go to the restroom quite a bit. But it appears to be worth it because people are stopping me and asking me what I'm doing. The other thing that I've incorporated is celery juice. I've been juicing celery on and off for years, but I've been juicing nonstop since November. And this month will mark the first month that I didn't have to not have my celery juice because of some ridiculous travel schedule. So celery juice. And then I have pretty much, this month, I cut out all gluten. And that is just to continue my health and well-being. I'm not gluten intolerant. I've been tested for all those things, but I just feel better when I'm not eating gluten, although I do love some bread. But right now it's all about my well-being. So maybe some of those things are things that you'd like to incorporate. The other thing is stretching every day has helped a ton. I mean, it's been blowing my mind how much a little bit of stretching, just 10 minutes, helps your body be more flexible. So those are the key things that I've incorporated this year, and I plan to keep going for the rest of the year. So hopefully they help you. So Relationships in You, just keep it really quick. It was a great, my event that we did out at the farm here in San Diego, and it was a sold out event, and I think it's fair to say that all of the clients had a breakthrough. They were all looking to learn something new about how to be in relationships, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's going for an interview, whether it was with food. They wanted to improve their relationships or their intimate relationships or starting a new relationship. They all had a breakthrough that I think that they were very surprised that they had. They were anxious to get started, and once we got started and ended, the day was very full and long. It was great. One of my biggest learnings from the event was fear, and really how powerful the relationship with fear for all of us could be. So for those of you who watch the news is almost unanimously about fear. Fear that we won't get a wall. Fear that we will get a wall. Fear that who's going to tweet what next. Fear for our safety. I posted a blog about fear just today, actually. Fear is on my mind because I think people are so committed to their fears that they don't realize that it's keeping them from their joy. And more importantly, that fear keeps you from the wisdom that you have within you of what you should be afraid of and not. You're listening to some outer noise, your mind telling you something, when you really need to connect with your mind and your heart, and then you'll get more authentic information. And usually it's never about being afraid. So I'm afraid I won't get a job. I'm afraid I won't do a good job. I'm afraid I won't get the promotion. I'm afraid that I won't get that relationship. I'm afraid if I leave my house and go travel to a foreign country that I won't have the comforts of home. I'm afraid to leave my relationship because I've been in it for so long, and yet I'm afraid that if I go, that I might wish I was back. So you see the quandary many people are putting themselves in. And my suggestion for you today is that you begin to like really mine for where you are in fear. So go searching for those places where you're afraid and ask yourself, is that really true? Is what you're saying that you're afraid of really true? Absolutely, unequivocally true. And if not, ask yourself, do I need to keep this belief system? Because that's what fear is. It's a belief system. You're believing in something that hasn't happened over something that might not ever happen. So my suggestion is that you start looking for those places you are fearful and begin to challenge them. Because oftentimes those fears are something that happened in our head or happened in the past, but they're not currently happening in this moment. So challenge those thoughts and ideas. And if you are noticing you're afraid, feel your feelings around fear. Just go into the feeling and see if you can find it, and sit with it and watch it and talk to it and listen and see, you'll feel better. So cheers to being in sync, and I'll see you next month in next month's Being in Sync. Bye.